It was a dark and stormy night when... I can't do a noir narration, I'm sorry. Hello, I'm Zach, and I'm joined by Brandon to do another Keeping BZ. This time for The Frog Detective 2, The Case of the Invisible Wizard. Keeping BZ is where Brandon and I talk while playing video games because we can't stand each other otherwise.
It's true. The second that he said stop and record, I just start bashing him over the head with the nearest sharp object I can find in this room.
We are currently both in the same room for this one, and... yeah, I nearly died setting this up, but as soon as I hit record, he immediately sat down like a good boy. So this is a picture from Frog Detective 1.
Okay. I don't know anything about Frog Detective. Everything that I am currently viewing is new to me.
Well, let me start off with the story. He's a detective and a frog.
Okay. So I assume this takes place after a nuclear apocalypse
yes.
that mutated the animals of the earth and they became the dominant species.
Of course, every indie game must have dark lore for no reason.
Yes. But in actuality, no, Frog Detective is just Frog Detective.
As far as I'm aware, yeah.
Okay.
He's a detective and a frog, but he's the second best detective. Below Lobster Cop, sorry. I almost called him Larry Lobster. That's SpongeBob. So right now, our supervisor, is telling us to go to Warlock Woods.
Okay.
I'm going to keep the dialogue up because the dialogue, to me, is the best part of the game. This is sort of an adventure game, but I guess I could say it leans more towards walking sim with more... slight adventure game puzzles. Puzzles being in huge quotation marks.
Sure. Yeah.
Hold on to your hat. He can't wear hats, Brandon.
Oh, man.
His head is not shaped for hats.
Phew.
Very insensitive of the supervisor. Yeah, I'm going to leave it up for the dialogue so Brandon can also read it as well, but it's going to be hard to read and commentate at the same time.
Warlock Woods, which makes me just consider what even is the deal with this world. Is it sometimes fantasy elements and medievalness, or is it all just kind of modern? Or
it's modern with... I think this is the only time it's actually fantastical, because the wizard is actually invisible. And Warlock Woods is kind of magical, but the first and third game I don't believe have any fantasy elements.
Okay.
Yeah, the residents of the town want to organize a welcoming parade for the Invisible Wizard.
Okay.
But oh no, there's trouble afoot. The parade decorations were destroyed.
This reminds me of that one video from The Onion where a small town holds a parade for ninjas, but the ninjas never show up because they're ninjas.
I love that. It's one of my favorite Onion articles. Nobody has any leads. That's where we come in.
Sure, this makes sense.
It's too easy. We're a good detective. We're gonna have to question people. Unfortunately, no, this game does not have the L.A. Noire face animations. That would be funny.
I can't doubt any of them, okay.
No, there is no press X to doubt.
I'm reading a chat room. Okay. The Invisible Man is my favorite Universal monster movie.
Oh, and a wizard.
Oh, and
which
a
makes
wizard.
her better than the Invisible Man.
It's true, yes.
The Invisible Man was just a scientist, I believe.
Yeah, he was a dude that was like experimenting with different potions, and he successfully created a potion that turned himself invisible, but the chemicals also messed up his mind and drove him crazy. So he's invisible and crazy. Not a good combination.
But what is the relevance of her being invisible? Well, nobody knows what she looks like, so...
They're really excited to find out. But how will they know? How do they know when she turns back from being invisible if her whole deal is that she's invisible?
They want her to be uninvisible.
De-invisibled. Visible. Exactly.
We do need the magnifying glass.
We are a detective. So is this primarily in first person?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that about it. I expected it to be more like an adventure game.
We got the magnifying glass.
I enjoy this font.
I enjoy a lot of things about Frog Detective. It's weird. It's not usually the kind of game I would be super interested in, but I just really like the dialogue and the art style.
Yeah, the little frog hand on the magnifying glass is very charming.
The game has a lot of personality. I enjoy all three of them. Oh no, it's Lobster Cop!
And why is he coming out from Silent Hill? Okay.
He's the #1 detective. We're only #2.
What the... Okay. He needed a dramatic introduction?
He's Lobster Cop. He's the best detective. He deserves drama.
Somehow I felt he was saying that in a snarky kind of way.
He most likely is, yes.
But I'm sure you will be soon. Yeah. Oh no. Well, okay. I mean, that probably seems convenient for cleaning stuff up. You're never out of cleaning supplies.
He is the little cleaning frog and the frog that's... I am a crime-solving frog, not a cleaning frog.
That seems like every detective show summed up in one sentence. No time to be polite. I have to solve the mystery. And so being a dick is their gimmick.
Alright, he's gonna give us some tips. He is the #1 detective we should pay attention. See, tip #1, pay attention.
Okay. I do have trouble paying attention to words.
Tip #2, everyone is a suspect. Brandon is a suspect, and I'm a suspect. We might have done something to destroy the parade, Brandon.
I think it might be much harder for us since we are, you know, not invisible.
Yeah, look, listen. They are always factually inaccurate. But Lobster Cop does bring up a good point. If I write in the book, everything is correct.
It's true, yeah. I did use my notebooks pretty extensively in high school and college, but then they eventually devolved into me drawing comics in them. Ah, interesting.
I wonder if we make any crime-solving money.
Yeah, I wonder how much that actually pays. course, right next to his portrait.
There's him on the moon.
Okay. Why is...
Oh, there's a ghost. And they remind me of the Amazing Frog.
Yeah. The Amazing Frog was a game for the indie console, the failed indie console, the Ouya, where you would play as a frog and fart to fly everywhere. It was really high quality.
Alright, Brandon, this is very important. We're gonna have to put on stickers. I say we start with a robot.
Okay, yeah.
Robot, because this is an intelligent book that's full of facts.
True.
Next. No, not the alligator. The cactus. Because if anyone touches this book, they will be hurt.
True. There's some real drama in here.
Trophy, because I'm number one. Well, one day we will be the number one detective.
Yeah, this is an award-winning book in the future.
And then, of course, we should have socks. I mean, Fraud Detective doesn't wear socks or shoes. And then, we clearly need some eyeballs. Because we're always watching. Always pay attention. And we're done.
Okay. A little disorganized, but I think it gets the point across.
It's full of symbolism.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's time to solve another mystery.
All right, gang. Let's split up.
He's by himself. He can't really split up.
Oh.
The supervisor did say that we would be riding an enchanted cart.
Sure.
But Brandon, don't fret. There's no platforming.
Okay.
There's no apes. There's no chimpanzees.
All right.
But no enchanted carts beyond this point. I like to think he hopped over the fence.
Could just walk around it.
That's not as fun. But we have now...
Okay, why is he...
This is a pose he's in quite a few times.
Okay.
Susan. Ralph.
Right.
Mandy.
I like Mandy.
Mary.
That's an angle.
Several more characters. I don't remember that part.
That's pretty good.
I will say I've never played this myself. I've only seen Super Great Friend play the 3 games. They're all very simple. Shouldn't be difficult. Shouldn't.
I assume we're not finishing the whole thing in one video.
No.
Right? Yeah, they're decently lengthy for a short.
About 2-ish hours,
Okay.
I would say. Maybe an hour and a half if you're really fast.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm just going to be showing off some of the characters. I'm not really going to be trying to solve any of the puzzles. I mostly just want to show the game off and then hope more people will get the game, because these are all very charming games. Let's start with Susan over here.
Oh my stars.
Oh, she recognizes us.
Oh, man.
I mean, when you hear the name, people do think that.
He is amphibious, but that's, you know.
Fraud Detective is a very nice guy. He's a very honest man.
True. Why not? The detective. Detective. Frog detective.
She still believes in us.
Oh, well, that's good at least.
Oh, she's the one who put out the call. Which, you know, if you're the one who makes the call... Well, I mean, if Among Us taught it... No. I used the dark words, I'm sorry.
So wait, why is not the award-winning cop on the case? Why is this our problem?
He's busy. And, you know, maybe we go more into that in the third game.
Busy standing next to his portrait in his office.
Yes. So, let's ask her about the wizard. This is called the case of the invisible wizard.
You mentioned that, yeah. Best not to repeat.
But it's worth bringing up again.
Yeah, I mean, she can't even see her. Like, what the hell's the problem with inviting her into town? Like, unless she's making any noise, I don't see the problem with a invisible neighbor.
Maybe she's loud to make up for being invisible.
That's true.
That way everyone knows where she is at all times. Hey! Hey! It's like a game of Marco Polo that never ends.
Yeah. I imagined it's more just like the NPCs in Sonic the Hedgehog 2006. Hey. Sometimes they say hey, sometimes they just spit out random grunts.
Frog Detective is here to listen.
Careful, Frog Detective. You're not lining up right with the curtained hierarchy. New people are weird and evil.
You don't want to be a new person in a small town. And that's not me being gatekeepy. That's me telling you, don't go to small towns. They're small for a reason.
Someone should build a small town inside of a tunnel, just for, like, the metaphor.
Except there is no light at the end.
No, it's all closed off at the end. It's a big fucking dead end at the end of that town.
Oh, she wants a hook. You know, man, I can tell you where to get a hook. I've done 2 Hook Let's Plays on my channel.
That being Hook for the Super Nintendo, based off of the interesting Steven Spielberg movie starring Robin Williams. Not a bad movie, but certainly a disappointing one in terms of what it could be. But it's still pretty entertaining. If you would like to see pirates playing baseball, that is the movie for you.
Now, if you want to see vampires playing baseball, that's Twilight. Don't get it confused.
Oh, that's true. You're right. There's always a movie out there to ensure you that some different archetype or monster knows how to play baseball.
If you want to see Sonic playing baseball...
Oh yeah, you watch the first Sonic movie. He plays baseball all by himself.
Oh, I was going to say Sonic X, but yeah, you're right.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I thought you were going to reference the movie, but yeah, Sonic X has in a first season episode all about Robotnik competing, Dr. Eggman competing with them by playing baseball with the Sonic characters. Oh, dear. I think my favorite part of that episode was when Sonic catches a ball outside of the stadium. Like, he runs to the top of the stadium, catches the ball, and they go, sorry, Sonic, that's still out, technically. And he goes, oh, man.
I feel like it can't be a good idea to play against the fastest thing alive in any sport.
All right, our notes for Susan. Oh, he also took a photo of her.
Yeah, the more you try to say you're not suspicious, the more suspicious you become.
Yep.
I'm watching you, Susan. Oh, of course, we gotta talk to Mary.
That front-facing rhino profile is not the most flattering, I'll have to say. She seems like a fun gal. Oh, okay, yeah. Sure, it was a song about me. I would hope so.
She does.
Everybody's soundproofing their houses. That seems like an interesting story beat.
But that's not really her problem.
That sounds horrible.
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
I'm sure somebody right now is making a YouTube video about hearing strange sounds at 3 a.m. when in actuality it was just somebody singing outside.
Don't call Boss Baby at 3 a.m. There used to be a bunch of YouTube videos that were all... No, don't call X-Character. Don't call Freddy at 3 a.m.
Oh, God.
Don't call Bonnie. I think kids love those for whatever reason.
Because they don't know what's going to happen. I think on some level, kids have to understand it's not real, but there's just something interesting of it being related to their favorite character.
Brandon, I spent nearly 10 minutes trying to tell my nephew that a Minecraft video he found on YouTube wasn't real.
Oh, no.
He was trying to get to what he called Granny's house. And I asked him, what are you talking about? He sends me the video. It's someone creating the nether portal, but when they step through, instead of going to the nether, they edit in an entirely different game. And so I tried to explain to him what video editing is. And he goes, no, it's real. I keep going.
Oh, no.
He was admittedly 7 at the time.
Sure,
but...
I know, but it's important, especially at a young age, to be able to teach somebody to differentiate reality from fantasy.
It's better than what my niece was watching.
Oh, yeah?
She got into a syringe video phase.
What?
That's a YouTube rabbit hole you don't want to fall down.
Apparently I wasn't aware of this rabbit hole, and I'm kind of happy I'm not.
Oh, I fell down a bunch of different YouTube rabbit holes. It's the reason YouTube Kids was started. YouTube wanted to try, emphasis on try, to what's the word I'm looking for? Moderate kids content.
Yeah.
Because there used to just be a lot of really shitty kids content, and from what I'm aware, there's still a bunch of shitty kids content to this day.
Oh yeah, like those goddamn auto-generated family finger videos when those were like huge back in the day. Yeah.
Oh no, she knows her rights. Book her. Oh. What? Attack the wizard? We're gonna have to talk to Naughty, because he was being... Never mind. What's your alibi?
One-track mind. Though that could also be directed for evil.
Yes.
I have a one-track mind for murder.
Frog Detective has a one-track mind for solving murder. None of the Frog Detective games are about murder. Have you?
Extortion? Oh, dear.
Yeah, we've heard of extortion. Oh, that's great.
Is it? What? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe don't do that?
No, she's above the law, though. She will sing at 3 a.m.
Yeah,
That makes
I
her
guess,
powerful.
Yeah, that is a public disturbance. 5 money. Neither do I, Frog Detective. Neither do I.
Oh, she wants to go to Froggy Wood. Is that where we're from? Are we a failed actor turned frog detective? No, that's not it.
Information. A phone number, eh?
She's gonna dox somebody. I can't believe we're being extorted so easily. Frog Detective, he does not have much in fists, and he would never hit a lady. We all get extorted every now and then.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Not just in terms of money, but in terms of a lot of things.
Oh, that's enough about Mary.
There's something about Mary. And many things, it seems.
She loves to sing at 3 a.m. A motive. Perhaps the wizard is a better singer.
I mean, you did put down everybody soundproof their houses as a bullet point. For some reason, I think that's going to come back into this.
It isn't.
Oh. Because you would think that would be a perfect thing to use to then, commit a crime. If everybody's houses are soundproofed.
We've never been extorted before. What a thrill! That's usually something you have to go to the big cities for, I think. I don't know. I've never been to one.
Hello? Is he just taking a bath out here, or what is he doing?
Pie.
Okay. Our first item?
Yeah, this is pretty much the game. We walk around in first person, we talk to people, we look for things that they want, and then we give it to them. It's a very minimalist adventure game.
Right, the presentation is what really sells it.
Hello, Victor. We're on the case, and we don't have any swim trunks.
The detective. Yeah, well, yeah, maybe it is. Everybody around here is always like, I'm not suspicious. It's gonna be one of those damn mysteries where it turns out everybody is secretly behind it.
Oh, he only thinks he didn't do it. That's bizarre.
Which, to be fair, some of the examples of mysteries where it turns out everybody was involved is some of my favorites.
Well, nobody knows anything for certain these days. He could say he didn't do it, but maybe he did. Fake news is everywhere.
For the record, Zach, you do not normally need swimmies on your arms when you're in a hot tub.
Brandon, I'm about to say something that might shock you. I have been in a hot tub before.
What? What? But you could drown in one of those.
You
How
could.
were you in one?
You could also die in one of those.
Yes.
Well, I guess drowning would lead to death. I'm just gonna move on from that. We're gonna ask him some questions.
Did you like the hot tub, Zach?
I like the hot tub, yes.
Okay, yeah, it's pretty relaxing.
The reason why it's a shock is I don't get to do much, so the fact that I have indeed been in a hot tub is a surprise. But did he know much about the Invisible Wizard?
Motive.
Sure.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty common series of events.
I don't think you're boring, Detective Frog.
I do like that he has to he specifically points out, and I'm a frog. As if, I mean, to be fair, the Hollywood equivalent in this world is Froggywood, so it stands to reason that maybe frogs are either the dominant species or they're the real stars, the ones that, you know, get all the best jobs, or there's something going on here.
Victor said he solved the crime.
He did? Oh. Oh, okay, well. We've reached an ending. I'm guessing there's only one ending to these kind of games.
There is only one ending,
yes.
Well, 2 people have accused Ralph so far.
He couldn't see while walking. Tripped and died in a marching band incident. That took out the rest of the parade.
Oh,
God
shots fired.
Damn. Yeah.
Oh, he's hungry.
Well, because he's swimming, he can't. Yeah, he has to get out of the hot tub to do that. Being in a hot tub for a while will make you hungry. We're characters in an adventure game, Frog Detective. We can't move from place to place. We must stand in our specific spots to be talked to. Oh, we got some 1 money. We need at least 3 to give to
Oh, but
our singing friend.
we already have a pie. It was found right near the hot tub. Why didn't he just take it? So let's try giving it to him. Surely it has to be this easy, right? Well, that does make sense.
Once it touches, it officially is transformed into a ground pie.
He's found us out. Well, finders keepers, losers weepers, Victor.
Mandy's pies, okay.
Shoot, now we're suspicious. We have stolen one pie so far. But will we be suspicious still? What were you thinking? I didn't know you got an achievement for that.
So many notes about just specifically the nature of rudeness in this man. I would check time.
Oh, it's been that long already. I do want to do at least one more if Brandon's up for it. We should talk to Ralph. People have accused him.
Okay, yeah, let's talk to Ralph. Okay.
This is the second person we found yelling at us.
He's yelling without exclamation points. This lack of grammar is kind of discerning to me. The detective. But is he saying that because he's the only detective in this world, or because people around town will know a detective is on the case, so he's informing them that he is the detective?
I assume it's that one. We are the only detective here. He keeps calling us small, but we are of average frog height.
True, the rest of the frogs are off in Froggy Wood, making Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. And remakes, and reboots, and sidequels, and,
Yeah, Citizen Frog, for example.
yeah, Citizen Frog.
Hardcore Froggy.
Mm-hmm. Frogger Man.
The Fantastic Frogs.
Yeah, that's true. That's coming up this year.
Oh, a motive! He wants the empty house the wizard is moving it. What? Huh.
What's that?
Don't worry about it. That was suspicious. I didn't know he was in this game. What the hell?
What are you referring to, Zach?
Nothing. Anyone who's played Frog Detective 3, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, a lot of people do live in situations like that. Though I admit, if I would be living in one of those split house situations, I would not want to be the one on the top floor. I wouldn't be on the bottom floor, so that way I don't have to keep going downstairs through somebody else's house every single time when I want to go outside.
Yeah, that would be weird.
One time, a friend of mine and I got an Airbnb when we were visiting like a festival in a town far away. And we got there at night, so everybody at this place would have been asleep. And they were like, okay, so you're going to go up these stairs, you know, such and such floors, because it was like a 3-story house. And this floor is where you're going to find your Airbnb. And we went to the one door that we believed was the Airbnb. It was a little hard to open, and we were confused by that. So we kind of got it open. And then when we looked down, we saw a bunch of people's sneakers, and we were like, oh, shit.
Oh.
And so we went down a floor, and that was the Airbnb. We had just accidentally opened a locked door to somebody's house.
I would have died of embarrassment.
Thankfully, you know, we just, you know, closed it. It was still locked, and we went down to our Airbnb and went to bed feeling like morons.
Well, we should go back to Ralph. This will be the last conversation.
Okay.
Why does he have an eye patch?
That's Ralph's business.
Oh. It seems like a personal question.
Yeah. I mean, if only if the eye patch is related to the events involving the parade. Ah. Okay, sure. I mean, see, you could easily disguise and, you know, put on the eye patch, and it would be totally fine. Oh, God. Dear God. Okay. Sure.
So Froggywood hasn't reached the MCU yet, because there's no way this has an MCU and Frog Detective has not heard of sequels, unless he just lives under a rock.
This would have to, I mean, if their industry hasn't evolved to the point where they've been making sequels to any of their popular films, that would mean they're either incredibly lucrative in creating new IPs all the time, or they are currently sitting in the era of the 1910s, before sequels were really a thought.
Alrighty, we shall end it here. Brandon, what are your thoughts on Frog Detective so far?
I like the art style, the dialogue, and the visuals have a lot of charm to them. I think the mystery is interesting enough. I think the characters are... Oh, another weird pie in a place. I quite like... Just like the character designs, they're very simple, but there's a charm to just like the little splashes of clothes or accessories they give all of them. I'd be curious to see where all this goes, and I think I would check this out, and I think people watching should definitely check this game out too. As well as the rest of the Frog Detective franchise. It's only 2 hours long, right?
Whoops. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's only about 2 hours long.
Okay, yeah.
Might as well pick this up. There, see? Now if you've watched this video, you know where all of the pies are.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure there's only 3.
So, Zach, when we title this video, just title it Frog Detective Location of All Pies. So that way we get tons of views.
Keeping busy. Frog Detective 2. Parentheses. Pies.
Pie percent run.
The slowest pie percent run.
Yeah.
Okay, there's more than 3. I found the 4th one. Yeah, normally these types of games aren't my jam. I usually like something more heavily gameplay focused. But as Brandon said, the art style and the dialogue are so charming that I've gotten invested in Frog Detective. Not to mention, I like mysteries. This guy is a mystery. And the end of this video is also a mystery, because when will it happen? You don't know. I mean, yes you do, because you can look at the... Have a good night.